I'm Eileen Graves. The doctors at Methodist had been watching my breasts for years carefully because I had a tendency to form calcifications, and I was on 6-month watch on and off from the time I was 35 years old. When I was 47, I went back for my 6-month mammogram, and all of the calcifications had grown, and they were on both sides. The first thing I thought of was my family and my kids. I was worried about them. So that's pretty much all I thought about. I really didn't want to be disfigured, and I didn't want to have chemotherapy, so those were things that I thought about. It was a well-behaving cancer and it was early stage. Then I started thinking about, how I would look after and things like that. But I really was on board with a double mastectomy because I didn't want to keep looking over my shoulder for the rest of my life. I was in there every 6 months for over a decade almost, and waiting for it to happen. And so I was ready to just have it done. So Dr. Lim called her that same day because she could see I was pretty emotional about it. I didn't really know what stage 0 meant. All I knew was that every site they tested had cancer in it. So Dr. Spiegel stayed late and saw me the same day, my husband and I. She showed pictures again and explained the process. And I really thought that I would go for implants. I didn't know if I had enough fat for them to use. She explained to me how DIEP flap worked and that I did have enough fat, and now I'm glad that we went with that option. The way Dr. Spiegel explained it, I still have all of my skin and everything. They would just take fat from my legs, my abdomen, and put it up there. It sounded like a good option for me. I mean, recovery is semi-painful, but it's not forever, So I had the double mastectomy, and then while I was still on the table, Dr. Spiegel and her team came in and they did the reconstruction. So I was fortunate. I got to wake up and I had kept my nipples because of where the cancers were located, and I had my new breasts. I followed up with my oncologist for 5 years, and every time I would go in there, he'd say, "Who made these again?" So they look really good. And the thing about them is they gain and lose weight with you, so they always look proportionate to how I'm looking at the time, depending on if it's Halloween candy season or not. They they gain and lose weight. Dr. Spiegel told me that would happen, and I was like, really? And it's true. If you do get breast cancer, it's not the end of the world. If you do lose your breasts, it's not the end of the world. There's Reconstruction now is incredible, and a woman is so much more than her breasts. I'm happy that I have a great result, and Dr. Spiegel's team will treat you like gold. I can't thank her enough.